Hey, now welcome. You are listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I am your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation, our favorite radio station. And we are creating millionaires one family at a time, one day at a time, $1 at a time, and one dime at a time. And it is Freestyle Friday. We had such a great time talking about the 5 F's that will keep you broke, the 5 F's that will prevent you from becoming financially free. And it went all over social media. It went just to the moon and back. And so today we're going to continue with the F's that will keep you from being financially free. We are going to deal with a few more F's. That's right. Because folks are like, well, what about this? What about that? I said, you know what? You all have a point. I love you all so much because not only do you listen, but you're learning, you're engaging. And guess what? Some of you might even be executive producer material giving me show topics. So guess what? We're going to talk about the F's that will keep you from being financially free. More F's that'll keep you broke. Right after this break, it's WVON. We'll be right back.
Are you an exceptional real estate or financial services professional? Do you have a business or service that can improve the lives of others? You may qualify to serve the world as a member of Lynn's List. Visit www.lynnmillionaire.com. That's www.lynnmillionaire.com or call 888-LYNN-123 extension 5. That's 888-LYNN-123 extension 5 for more details.
Hey, now welcome back. You're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I am your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation, our favorite radio station. And yes, it is Freestyle Friday, and we are going to keep talking about these F's. Yes, the letter F. You all are so good to me. I love you so much. This thing went viral yesterday, and we talked about the 5 F's that will keep you broke. Let me say it another way. The 5 F's that will prevent you from becoming financially free. You all talked about it, laughed about it, prayed about it, and cried about it. You told your friends about it. You all are reaching out to me on social media about it. But what I love most about you is that you started giving me some more F's. And I said, you know what? You're right. So we're going to talk about them on this Freestyle Friday. Yesterday, just to recap, or during one of our last episodes, just to recap, we talked about the F's that'll keep you broke. One of them is your feelings. Feelings and money don't mix. Anytime feelings get involved, a bad situation will follow, a bad decision will follow, a falling out will follow. You know how it goes. You feel guilty. You co-sign for your friend's car and you know you shouldn't do it. And then they don't pay for the car and now you want to kill them. You know, it's those kind of things that happen. You're in a relationship with someone. This is your new boo. And, you know, you feeling all yummy and good and all that kind of stuff. And you go and get into a financial transaction. And guess what? Now your boo is acting like a who, what, when, there, and why. You don't know where they are, what they're doing, when they're coming back. And now you are tied up in a money situation. What about your children or whomever? You feel guilty because you want them to go to this school, but you can't afford that school. But you send them anyway, and now you can't afford it. So money and feelings do not mix. That's the first F that will keep you from being financially free. That's the first F that'll keep you broke. Then we got to talk about family. You know, I could just kind of leave that right there. You know, the last time your cousin Pookie called to borrow some money, didn't pay you back. They were supposed to pay you back on Friday. Today is Friday. Have they called you back yet? No. Now you want to kill them. So family members can be a hindrance to wealth, particularly when your family members expect you to do things just because you're family. We know about everybody who they're the first to go to college. You're the first one to make it. Everybody thinks you're making money. So now you got to help everybody. I know that's my situation now. I have family members who think just because I'm on TV and I'm on the radio that they can just blurt out that they want to borrow some money, like in the middle of another conversation. And my thing is, just because you decide you want to borrow some money does not mean I have to answer. I don't have to answer that question. I don't have to tell you yes. I don't have to tell you no. I don't have to say anything because Again, I don't believe that we should not help each other, but I think that we should go about it a different way. And if you want to borrow some money from me, guess what? I got to treat you like the bank. I need to see your pay stub, your W-2s, your bank statement. I need to see your credit report. We're going to put you on a plan. I need to make sure you can actually pay back when you say you're going to pay back. And if you are doing something with your money that you shouldn't be doing, we need to talk about it. But see, what happens is they don't want to talk about their gambling habit. They don't want to talk about that. They just want to borrow some money. No, I want to help you really, truly grow. And if you're not interested in growing, call somebody else. That's all I got to say. So family can keep you from becoming financially free. Then we got to talk about friends. What about your friends? Now, these are good friendships. I'm not talking about the authenticity of the friendship. The friendship is a good one. They got your back. They your ride or die. But what are you doing on a consistent basis in that friendship? And is what you're doing going to lead you to where you're trying to go? Or are you simply in that friendship because it's familiar, because it's comfortable? That's where you're spending your time. I can look at a whole bunch of friendships, and these are good friendships. They're good people. I love it. I applaud it. But you're spending too much time doing the stuff you used to do in that friendship as opposed to growing and expanding and moving beyond that friendship. So maybe you can come back and pull some people up. So friendships will also keep you broke, will prevent you from becoming financially free. And then food. We know about food. Let me tell you something. If you make $2,000 a month and you spending $800 on food, something is wrong. Something is wrong. If you're spending $50 a day, 50 times 30 is $1,500 a month. If you're spending $40 a day, 40 times 30 is $1,200 a month. You're spending too much money on food. And it's probably also making you, guess what? Fat. And it's not making our pockets fat. It's making that body fat. And so what we want to do is we want to pull that under control. When your kids are home from school, I remember when my kids would go to school all day, we had a lot of food in the house. Soon as these kids stayed home from school, all the food was gone. I'm like, what is going on? You only eat once a day at school. Now you hear you want to eat every 45 minutes. That is a problem. And you know, my kids did not pay me any attention. They kept eating anyway. But the point is, food can keep you from becoming financially free. And then the last one that we talked about is fun. If you broke and having fun, something is wrong. Because you should not be depressed and destitute and down and out, but you should be working hard, trying to be unbroke. And when I was broke, I had to work hard and I was not having fun. I didn't go do anything that was fun. I didn't go anywhere that was fun. I stayed my butt at home and I grinded to try to figure out what I had to do next. So it's Freestyle Friday. We're going to talk about some more F's that are preventing you from becoming financially free. You're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I have to take a break for traffic and weather. We'll be right back. WVON.
Monday, a little check to Monday, a little check to Monday. Are you living check to Monday? Lynn Richardson will tell you what you need to do. She is a mortgage guru, no doubt about it. She knows her stuff. Hey, the girl is tough. She's gonna give you the real deal in money, credit and financial security. Buy your book today, no need to wait. Live a check to Monday, hey. Live a check to Monday. Live a check to Monday. Live a check to Monday. Are you living check to Monday? Get your copy of Check to Monday today. 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 www.checktomonday.com.
Hey, now you're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I am your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation, our favorite radio station. And we are creating millionaires one family at a time, one day at a time, $1 at a time, and one dime at a time. And thank you to all of my executive producer type listeners out there who have been giving me so much love and feedback regarding the 5 F's that will keep you broke. And since it's Freestyle Friday, I may as well go on and kick it off with one of the big old F's. This is a big F that will keep you from being financially free. It's fear. Now, let me tell you how fear shows up, because it might not be as transparent as you'd like it to be. Is there an idea, an opportunity, something that you want to do, something that you've dreamed of, something that, you'd like to embark upon, start a business, leave your existing job and try a new industry. And that may require that you take a pay cut, go back to school. Is there something that's preventing you from taking that step? A lot of times people will say, well, I'm in my comfort zone. A lot of times people will say, well, no, I don't want to do that. That's too risky. Let me tell you something. Life is about taking risks, taking calculated risks. Now, don't just go jump off the building. That's not what I'm saying. Now, I kind of did that. When I quit my job at JP Morgan Chase and I went into the entertainment industry, I quit on a Wednesday, and I was thinking about it on Monday. I quit on a Wednesday, and by Friday, I was ready to do the next thing. So that's a little bit out there. Now, it worked. I grinded. I put my work in. I put my time in. I had my faith in. But more importantly, I was very clear about my calling. So I never let fear stop me from doing anything. As a matter of fact, I'd rather go and fail than stay and never know. Let me repeat. I'd rather go, step out on faith, ask God for his grace, fail, learn from my mistakes, than to stay where I'm at and never get the opportunity to know what could have happened. You know, there's a saying that most of the great ideas are in the grave. Are you going to go to the grave because of fear? Are you going to go to the grave with something that you've held on to that the world never knew because of your fear? Don't let fear keep you broke. And I'm not talking about simply financially broke. I'm talking about spiritually broken. I'm talking about emotionally broken. I'm talking about even being mentally broken. Some of you are emotionally and mentally and spiritually broken simply because you are not living in your purpose. You have not stepped out. You have not done the thing that you want to do. You may think you're too old. You may think too much time has gone by. You may think the world has forgotten about you. You may think it's too late. It never can happen. There's already somebody doing it. Let me tell you something. If there's something burning inside of you, don't let fear extinguish your dreams. There's something burning inside of you. Don't let fear extinguish your dreams. As a matter of fact, become like water. My good friend and business partner and co-founder of Hip Hop Sisters Foundation, MC Light, often says she's unstoppable. And she likens herself to water because water goes through, it moves around, it permeates. Water gets where it's trying to go. You just cannot stop water. Once water decides to come, it's over. You can just sit somewhere or go get in a boat and row because the water is going to come. And that's what you need to be like. You see, water is fearless. Water is powerful. Water is the essence of who God is. When the earth was created, he had to separate water from water. He had to separate the sky from what was down here. Water, become like water. Don't let fear keep you broke. Don't let fear keep you from going to school. Don't let fear keep you from taking that extra job. Don't let fear keep you from moving outside of your comfort zone. Don't let fear keep you from doing the next thing because you're worried about what people will think. Forget what people think. You got to forget what people think. And some of these people are the closest people to you. It may be your significant other. It may be your family members. It may be your best friend from childhood. You might be wondering what folks think. Now, whenever I was going to embark upon a new idea or a new venture, when I was going to leave the community college and go into the mortgage business, when I was going to leave the mortgage business and go work for JP Morgan Chase, when I was going to leave JP Morgan Chase and go work for Russell Simmons, when I was going to leave Prudential, I was number one there, and then just go into the entertainment industry full time. I had conversations with people that I trusted, but first I did my homework. And in almost every one of those instances, the people around me supported my choices because they knew once I put my mind to something, it was going to happen. So maybe you need to make something happen before you start talking to people to get their buy-in. Sometimes you just got to show people. Which state is that? Is that Missouri? Is the show me state? Let me tell you something. Some people can't be told. They got to be showed. They just got to be. You have to show some people, and not from an ego perspective. You just got to show them what you're going to do. So then later on, you've got more ground to stand on. But don't let fear keep you broke. I think that fear is the reason why people don't have enough money. Because see, what happens when you don't step out on faith, when you don't go for the thing that you want, when you don't do the thing that you know you were put here to do, you get depressed. I don't care what anybody says. And then when you get depressed, you eat more, you are, you're not as motivated. And then whatever you are doing, you don't feel good about it. So there becomes this domino effect into your life that trickles down, and then it causes your bank account to dwindle also. So we are talking about the F's that will keep you from becoming financially free. And we have added into the family of F's. We started with feelings. We started with family, friends, food, and fun. And yes, fear. Fear will keep you from becoming financially free, but not on my watch. You're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I'm your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation. Our favorite radio station. We have to take a break right now for news, traffic, and weather. We'll be right back. WVON.
Are you struggling with your finances? Have you tried everything you can think of but just can't seem to get ahead on your own? Well, it's time to get some help. With a financial coach, you can find out what you don't know and learn to make better choices when it comes to your finances. Lynn Richardson's Wealth Vision 2020 Financial Coaching provides step-by-step instructions daily, a one-stop shop to create your budget, access to vetted financial coaches in specialized areas such as mortgages, insurance, real estate, investing, taxes, and more. Lynn Richardson and her team will help you set goals, undo bad habits, push you past your own beliefs, and gain peace with your finances. Go to www.lynnrichardson.com. That's www.lynnrichardson.com or call 888-LYNN123. That's 888-596-6123 for more info today.
Hey, now welcome back. You're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I am your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation, our favorite radio station. And we are creating millionaires one family at a time, one day at a time, $1 at a time, and one dime at a time. And you can find me online at lynnrichardson.com. You can find this radio program online at lynnmillionaire.com. You can follow me on social media at Lynn Richardson. You can follow this show on social media at Lynn Millionaire. And guess what? You can listen live from anywhere in the world, anytime. You can listen to this show. You can listen to this station anywhere in the world, anytime, live at iHeartRadio. Go to WVON.com, click listen live. But then you can also hear these episodes. You can also hear this show repeatedly through YouTube and podcasts. And so we've got a lot of great tools and information out there to keep you connected so that you can be blessed and go to the next level financially. So we're talking about the F's that will keep you financially, that will keep you broke, the F's that will keep you broke, the F's that will prevent you from becoming financially free. And so we've got to deal with this F. And this F is a problem with all of our people. And I'm talking all people of all colors. The gender doesn't matter. The socioeconomic class doesn't matter. It has to do with a state of mind. The word free will keep you from becoming financially free. The word free will keep you broke. The word free and the belief system that everything that you want should be free, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. So let me break it down like this. You've heard the saying that if you want to make money, you got to spend money, or you got to spend money to make money, however you want to put it. You've got to invest something into your dream. You've got to invest something into your next level. You've got to invest something into your change. And you have to invest something more than your faith. Now, your faith is good. Your faith, we need faith. You need faith. You need belief. You need talent. You might be good at whatever you are good at. You might be good at making those products. You might be good at providing that service. You might be good at rapping, singing, dancing, teaching. You might be good at talking, speaking, whatever. But when it comes down to it, when it's time for you to go to the next level, you got to put some money in the game. Everything is not free. Everything is not free. As a matter of fact, most things that are free, I don't even want. Let me give you an example. I'm working on some TV and film projects. We've got some really great things happening with my team across the country. We've done some productions. I managed a national tour. And I'm looking for great people to help me make these things great. When I'm looking for great people, I want to know what their fee is. And I want to pay them. I want to pay them. Because when you don't pay for the things that you get, do you understand that you are out of order? Do you understand that the proper exchange has not taken place? The natural order of things. One of the things that you learn from watching The Lion King, you know, some of the animals are going to be the rulers. Some of the animals are going to be the followers. Some of the animals eat the other animals, and then those animals eat the grass. And then the grass gives life, and it's the circle of life. That's what this whole financial world is like. It's the circle of the financial world. And you've got to put something in if you want to get something out. Now, I provide free information all day, every day. You can go online and you could probably spend the next month listening to Lynn Richardson. Between the podcast, between the YouTube, between listening to this show, going and watching the speaking engagements, every single time I've been on Steve Harvey or Home and Family or Access Live or BET or done a commercial, all of that is free. But when you are ready to go to your next step, don't you understand you got to pay? You got to pay a consultation fee. Come on now. Time is money and money is time. When you want to call the attorney's office and get some advice, do you understand that the attorney is not selling chicken? The attorney is not selling bread. The attorney is not selling cars. The attorney don't sell shoes. The attorney is selling advice. So that's what you have to pay for. When you go to the grocery store, they're selling bread. If you want to walk out of the grocery store with some bread, you got to pay for the bread. If you want to walk out of the attorney's office with the answer, you got to pay for the advice. If you want to walk away from my office with a financial solution, you've got to pay for the time that it took me to come up with a solution. You've got to pay for that. So although we are aiming to become financially free, it's going to cost you. It's not free. I tell people all the time, freedom is not free. Let me repeat that. Freedom is not free. Freedom is going to cost you. It's going to cost you your bad habits. That's right. All the stuff that you did to get in the thing that you don't want to be in. When I stopped living check to Monday, and it took me a long time to break it, and I had to break it in stages. First, I had to break it by not spending money on things, and I had no choice because I didn't have any money. We need to learn how to spend less money when we have some money, not when we don't. See, everybody knows how not to spend money when you have absolutely zero, because it's impossible. You can't do anything when you have no money. But the test that we all have to pass is, what are we going to do when we have some money? So in order for me to be financially free, or to get to the state, to the state that I could start to help other people, I had to give up my ego. Yep, that was number one. I had to give up wanting to look like I had all the answers. I had to give up looking like I was a baller. I had to give up looking like I had it together. I had to give up expectations. I had to give up all of the things that were completely out of order. I had to pay for where I am right now. I had to sacrifice time with my family. I had to, even to this day, there are times when something happens in the family, I can't go. There are things that I'm contractually responsible for, and I can't leave. Now, of course, if there's something major or catastrophic, then I'm able to say to the network, you know what, I can't come. And it typically can only be something with a mother, a spouse, or a child. If something happened to a cousin or somebody down the way, I just can't. Those are the sacrifices that I have to make. What sacrifices are you going to make? What sacrifices? What time are you going to give up? What money are you going to invest in? What class are you going to purchase? What webinar are you going to get in? What book are you going to buy? What system are you going to follow so that you can undo all the doing that you have done, so you can get where you're trying to go? Freedom is not free. And if you walk around with the idea that everything in the world should be free, you're not going to get to the next level financially. Because guess what? What goes around comes around. What you put out into the world comes back to you. So if you don't want to pay anybody for anything, nobody's going to pay you for anything. That's just how that works. So I am happy to pay people for a service. I want to pay my graphic designer. I don't want a graphic designer who's going to work for free. I don't want a TV editor who's going to work for free. I want interns, and I want interns to operate so that they can get the education and the experience, but then I want to pay them. My children work, they get money. My niece works, she gets money. We have to start getting in the business of exchange, because free is not going to get us anywhere. Now, yes, there are some times when you can do a complimentary service. There are times when you want to help somebody and you say, you know what, I'm not going to charge you for this, or I'm not going to charge you for this because you did X for me. So you're going to barter on services, but you have to put something in the game. And don't let free be the thing that you stick to because you don't have any money, because that's wrong. That's not a good way to go about it. Because if you had some money, you'd be happy to pay. But because you don't, you're going to make it an issue. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? Made something an issue because you didn't have any money when really it wasn't an issue. You were the issue. So we are talking about the F's that will keep you from becoming financially free. The F's that will keep you broke. And one of them is free. Let's move to favor, and let's move to freedom, and understanding that freedom is going to cost you, and it's going to cost you your time. It's going to cost you your energy, and it's also going to cost you some dollars. You're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I am your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation, our favorite radio station, and we are creating millionaires, one family at a time, one day at a time, $1 at a time, and one dime at a time. And it is Freestyle Friday. And on this Freestyle Friday, I got to tell you, there is another F that will keep you broke. And you are not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this one. This one shocked me too. But when I looked at it, I said, you know what? This is a problem. This is a problem. We're going to talk about it right now. We have to take a break for traffic and weather, but we'll be right back. Don't turn that dial. It's WVON.
Sync your life with Denise Wiggins and Lip Sync Cosmetics. Do you need extra cash? Want to start a home-based business known around the globe? Do you want to join a sisterhood that is growing by leaps and bounds? Then become a Lip Sync Cosmetic ambassador. Visit www.lipsyncosmetics.com. That's www.lipsyncosmetics.com and submit your ambassador application today.
Hey, now welcome back. You're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I am your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation, our favorite radio station. And we are creating millionaires one family at a time, one day at a time, $1 at a time, and one dime at a time. You know, I also have to add to that because we're in a new decade. I say we're in a new decade. They say it doesn't start till 2021. It doesn't matter. It's 2020. We love it. And it's a new decade. So we're going to make new millionaires one decade at a time and one decision at a time. That's right. You're just one decision away from your next breakthrough. You're just one decision away from your next contract. You're just one decision away from your next come up. You are one decision away. So keep on making the decisions that are going to move you to where you're trying to go, because they're like steps. Now, you might have a mile to go, but if you just take one step at a time, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, eventually you will get down a block, 2 blocks, a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, and you will get there. Your dreams are the same way. Just keep taking steps towards that. So we're talking about the F's that will keep you from becoming financially free. More distinctly, the F's that'll keep you broke. We talked about feelings, family, friends, food, fun, fear, and then we talked about free. You can't walk around thinking everything is free. It's not going to work. Here's the last one that at least we're going to deal with today. The F that will keep you broke. Friday. Yes. You see, they came out with a song about it. Friday night, just got paid, all of that kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. Don't let Friday fool you. Don't let Friday keep you broke. Don't let Friday cause you to be delusional. And don't let Friday keep you from having enough money on Monday. That's what living check to Monday is. You see, check to check is a blessing. That means you get paid on Friday, and by the next payday, you're broke. But check to Monday is a whole nother game. You get paid on Friday, and you lose your mind. You kick it on the weekend, you pay on your past due bills, and in your mind, your current bills are not due yet, and by Monday, you're broke. And yes, I was living that lifestyle, and it didn't matter how much money I made. There were times I had checks for $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000 on Friday, and it was gone, okay? There were times I was living check to 2 o'clock, which meant I got paid by direct deposit in the morning, and by the afternoon, it was gone. And then there were times where I was living check to yesterday, where I got paid on Friday, and it covered the deficit from the day before, but not completely. So I was still in the hole. And that's when I knew that the bottom had completely fallen out. Don't let Friday fool you. Now, Friday is a great day to take a break. I'm going to go and spend some time at one of the award shows and, things that are happening around Hollywood and what have you. But keep some sense. You see, when Friday used to come, I know as a little kid, I was hoping my mom, I remember she worked downtown Chicago. I wanted her to bring home some popcorn. I wanted her to bring home some shrimp. Friday was just that day of the week that people were just going to spend extra money, either because they had it or simply because it was Friday. That's just what it was going to be. Friday, people have birthday parties coming up. People have all kind of things happening. Because it's Friday, we have a tendency to also lose productivity. So if you have a business, look around your business on Friday. People might look like they're working, but they might not really be. People start getting ready to go home at 11 a.m. on a Friday, and time off is not until 5 p.m. So there are lots of ways to lose money on Friday: by spending too much, by going to too many parties, by going to too many social activities. Stay home. What would happen if you were to stay home Friday and not come back out until church on Sunday? And if you don't go to church, that's fine. Or if you watch church online or Periscope or what have you, okay, great. But what would happen if you stayed in the whole entire weekend? Let me tell you what would happen. If your name was Lynn Richardson, I'd build a whole nother company. I'd build a whole new idea. I'd refine my processes. I'd get more engaged with my clients. I'd create. I might pray. I might read the Bible. I might watch television. I might catch up on some more shows. But I'm going to figure out a way to make that time productive. I don't want Friday to come and just because it's Friday and I'm feeling freaky on the Freaky Friday or whatever the case may be, that I'm just going to go out and spend all kind of money. You know, I remember being on the Love Jones, the musical tour. And, you know, something happens at nighttime, especially on Friday nights and Saturday nights. And I was on the bus, the tour bus with the whole cast and, you know, the staff and the production. And you remember that song, The Freaks Come Out at Night? I said, let me tell y'all something. The freaks come out at night and they own this bus. Here's what starts to happen. The freaks come out on Friday and everybody just loses their mind. Don't lose your mind on Friday. Don't lose your mind. Keep your mind. You need your mind. You need your mind for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You need your mind to build wealth. You need your mind to build your next idea. You need your mind to create your next invention or to get your patent done, to write your book. You need your mind. So don't let these F's keep you from becoming financially free. Let's go back through them again. Feelings and money do not work. Family, don't let it be a hindrance. Friends, keep the relationship within the relationship boundaries, but don't let the friendship dominate your whole life so that you're not doing anything else that's productive. Food, get it under control. Take peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to work. Fix you a bologna and cheese sandwich. That's right, I said bologna and cheese, ham and cheese, whatever it is. Create you a new little thing with the ramen noodles and put them in between some bread. I don't care what you do. Fix you a grilled cheese. But stop buying so much food out. Stop going to the coffee store every single day. Do you know how much money you're going to spend on coffee if you buy a cup every single day? You're going to spend a lot of money on coffee. That money could be in a savings account. It could be put towards your retirement. When you put the money into an IRA, it's also going to reduce your taxes. So we want to start to think about those things that are going to help us and not those things that are going to hurt us. And then after food, we're talking about fun. We know fun, the whole idea of fun is going to cost some money. Now, unless you're playing bid whist or spades, but don't gamble. Don't gamble with it, okay? Because then you're going to lose some money when you do that. And then we're talking about fear. Fear will block you from your dreams. Fear could be blocking you from your next big idea. Fear could be blocking you from your empire. And then, of course, the word free. You got to put something in to get something out. It's just as simple as that. And then Friday. It is Friday. It is Freestyle Friday. I have enjoyed you so much. You're listening to the Millionaires Roundtable. I am your host, Lynn Richardson. It's WVON 1690 AM, the talk of Chicago, the voice of the nation, our favorite radio station. If you want to stop living check to Monday, go to lynnrichardson.com. Click Connect with Lynn. If you want to take the home-based business webinar, go to lynnrichardson.com. Click Connect with Lynn. If you want a financial coach, if you want to get connected with the members of Lynn's List, Attorney Deidre Wood-Stokes, Attorney Serena Williams, Attorney Michelle Miller, Mary Green, Tania Simmons, Monica Poland, Janaea Kennedy, Alicia Bowens, Ingrid Woolfolk. If you want to get in touch with any of these people and Cecilia Marlowe, go to lynnmillionaire.com. Follow me at Lynn Richardson and at Lynn Millionaire, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.